Good morning,
Hello.
Miss.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, I am Kalpana teacher. Today I am going to teach you the force, how the force is exerted on current carrying conductor. Again, how the electric motor start, what is its principle, what is it, how it is working. Okay, so now I am sharing my screen. So let us focus on the points. Okay. So let us focus on the objective. Which are the objectives of today's lecture? Yesterday, we have seen the magnetic effects of electric current. And which are the objectives? The first objective is that explain the force experienced by a current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field. Okay. First objective is that the explain the force that is experienced by the current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field. Describe electromagnetic induction and its importance in a different aspects of daily life. Next objective is that describe alternate current and direct current and list the appliances that works on these currents. Okay. So these three objectives, hello. So these three objectives that explain the force experienced by the current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field, describe electromagnetic induction and its importance in a different aspects of daily life. Third one is describe the alternate current and direct current and list the appliances that works on this current. Okay. Now let us look the introductory part. Yesterday we had seen, let us summarize that topic. We have seen the slide, that is presentation. Look at that presentation. Yesterday we have seen the different shape and size of conductors. So first, in a first diagram, look at the first diagram. There is a straight line conductor, there is a straight conductor, the position is straight. Okay. So this conductor indicates when the magnetic field is produced. In this conductor, these are represented in concentric circles. This magnetic field totally depend on the shape and size of the magnetic conductor, current carrying conductor. Now look at the second figure. When we change the size and shape of the conductor, in first diagram, the conductor is in straight position. When we bend that conductor, that position of the conductor in a circular loop. Look at the second diagram. There is a circular loop. Okay. So the shape.
Miss.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
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 Diagram shows the circular conductor is in circle. Okay.
Miss, what is AC and DC?
After that is the next point of AC and DC, that is the alternate current and direct current. Okay. We will see that next slide. Okay. So first, that the second is part, that is your the circular loop is there, and look at the magnetic lines. You have to observe that when we increase the current, the strength of magnetic field is also increasing. So the magnetic field, the intensity of magnetic field is totally depend on the strength of the current. Okay, when the current is increasing, magnetic field also increasing. In third diagram, in third figure, look at there is a solenoid. Solenoid means what? These are the number of turns of the coil. Which coil? That is insulated copper coil. That is nothing but the solenoid. Okay. And these, look at that figure. The magnetic lines of force are always transfer from the north pole, means it is started from north pole to the south pole. Okay, so magnetic lines are started from the north pole and ends towards the south pole. But inside the solenoid, what will happen? The direction of the magnetic field is always from south to north pole. Remember that. Outside the solenoid, the direction of the magnetic lines of force, the direction of the magnetic field is always start from north to south. But inside the solenoid, the direction of the magnetic field is from south to north pole. Okay. Now, how do you determine the direction of the magnetic field? How do you determine the direction? Is it anti-clockwise or clockwise? So it is totally depends on the rule, that is right hand rule. Now look at the diagram, the right hand rule. Here is the conductor. Okay, so current carrying conductor is there, and if you stretch your right hand, right thumb, if you stretch your thumb in upward direction, student, you can also do it. Take your right hand, stretch your thumb in upward direction. Okay, that direction, that thumb shows the direction of the current. Okay, and you wrap your fingers as shown in diagram. Okay, so that finger shows the direction of magnetic field. Okay, when the thumb is stretched in upward direction and wrap finger shows the direction of magnetic field. Now look at the direction of the magnetic field, that is anti-clockwise, right? Means what? When current passes from bottom to top, when current passes from bottom to top, means it flows from bottom to top, the magnetic direction, the direction of the magnetic field is anti-clockwise. Okay, and if you reverse your thumb in downward direction, okay, if you reverse your thumb in downward direction, again it shows the direction of the current, what? It is from top to bottom. Okay, so thumb indicates the direction of the current. If you reverse in downward direction, your thumb reverse in downward direction, the direction of the current, what? It flows from top to bottom. And look at your wrap finger. There is the direction of the magnetic field, that is clockwise direction. Okay, so you can determine the direction of the magnetic field by using right hand thumb rule. Now let us start our main topic, that is force is acting on the current carrying conductor in a magnetic field. Now this is the experiment. Now you know there is a deflection when the current is start through the current carrying conductor. The needle shows the deflection. In last lecture, in previous lecture, you had seen the deflection of the needle. Okay, so deflection of needle is there, means what? It exerts some force. If the magnetic field is created by the conductor, means what? It exerts some force. Okay, so this is the experiment. Look at the diagram, look at the figure that shows the force is acting on current carrying conductor in a magnetic field. Okay, Now we'll start this experiment. Look at that. Now figure is there. Okay. Okay. Now this is the figure. Now look at this figure. In this figure, you can see one straight line is there that denoted by the A. Okay. In the figure, that is one straight line that is denoted by A.
ऊपर वाले पंखा
The
आते हैं ना
straight line
नहीं
conductor.
बनाता नहीं है बैठा है इसी
That is.
बाहर गए हो
Please mute your mic. Please mute your mic. Now this experiment has aimed to show that current carrying conductor wire experiences a force when placed in a magnetic field. Means what? The current carrying conductor experience force. The bar magnet, or this is the horseshoe magnet. Look at the diagram. There is a horseshoe magnet. It exerts some force on the conductor. Now in the center, that denoted by the point A, that is your rod. It may be aluminum rod, okay, or copper wire. Now this rod, it is connected with the conductor, okay. It is connected with the copper wire. So materials are there. First is a flexible copper wire. There is a stand. Electric cell is there because circuit is there. So electric cell is there. Horseshoe magnet. That magnet is called as horseshoe magnet. Okay, with strong magnetic field. So these are the materials. Now what is the procedure? Now this is the stand. It is fixed with the copper wire. Okay, and so that it passes through the poles of the horseshoe magnet as shown in figure. Now observation, what is the observation? When you start the current, now look at the diagram, it is in state position, means there is no current. Now it remains as it is in state position. But when we start the current direction flows from top to bottom. Okay, current direction flows from top to bottom. The wire bends on left side. The wire bends on left side. Okay, so remember that when the current starts from top to bottom, then wire bends towards the left side. Okay, what is this? It means if the current direction flows from here, look at the diagram. A is the state position. Means what? There is no current flowing through the wire. And in this diagram, there is a part which is a swelling part is there, bulge part is there. That is, look at the diagram. So swelling parts, the tapering part is there, and C and B, the point C and B. That line shows the point C and B. If the current direction flows from bottom to top in upward direction, okay, the current flows from bottom to top towards the upward direction, the wire bends on left side. Left side means what? The wire bends towards the left side means what? Which is the position B. Okay, the position B. And on changing the polarity, or if we reverse the current, means what? The direction of the current when it flows from top to bottom, the wire bends on right hand side. That is your point C. Okay, so remember, when the current flows from bottom to top, the wire bends on left side. Okay, and when the current flows from top to bottom, the wire bends on right hand side. So there are three figures, A, B and C. Look at the figure A, B and C. A indicates that there is no current, okay? And the conductor is in straight position, okay? In B, what will it indicates that when the current flows from bottom to top. Look at that diagram B. There is an arrow. That is, it means indicates the flowing of current. So flow of current is from bottom to top. The wire bends on left side. Okay. And in the figure C, look at that figure. That arrow indicates the flow of current that is from top to bottom, means what? The wire bends on right hand side. Okay. Now, if you change the polarity of horseshoe means if you change the north and south pole. Now, this is the magnet. If you change the polarity of horseshoe magnet, the direction of force acting on the current carrying conductor also get reverse. Okay. When if you change the magnet direction of the magnetar, if you change the polarity of the magnet, what will happen? The direction of the force acting on the conductor also gets reverse. Remember that. When the current carrying conductor is placed perpendicular to the direction field. Now, in the diagram, first diagram, there is a copper wire and magnet. That magnet exerts the magnetic field. It produces the magnetic field, okay? And this magnetic field having maximum displacement, okay? Having maximum displacement, students, please mute your mic. So these are having maximum displacement, maximum force. Students, please mute your mic. Okay. So here, maximum displacement occurs means what? It indicates maximum force exerted on the conductor. So there is
Mute yourself.
maximum force on the conductor. So remember that point. When the current carrying conductor is placed perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field, that conductor placed perpendicular to the magnetic field, and there is a maximum displacement, it indicates the force is exerted on the conductor. On placing the conductor parallel to the direction of magnetic field, there is no displacement. If the conductor and magnetic field, these are parallel to both each other. When these are parallel to both each other, then there is no displacement, there is no force exerted on the conductor. But if the magnetic field and the conductor both are perpendicular to each other, then the magnetic field and the conductor, when both are perpendicular to each other, this indicates that maximum force exert on the conductor. So remember that main point. When the conductor and magnetic field both are perpendicular to each other, maximum amount of displacement is there, means maximum amount of force is exerted on the conductor. Okay, this experiment only shows that observation shows the conclusion is only that when the conductor and magnetic field, these are perpendicular to each other, this exert more and more pressure on the current carrying conductor. Okay. Okay. Now, and also remember that when the current flows from top to bottom, the wire bends on left hand side, and when current direction is flows, that current flows from top to bottom, that wire bends on right side. So there is a difference. When the current is bottom to top, when it flows from bottom to top, wire bends on left hand side, and when current flows from top to bottom, wire bends on right hand side. Okay, so these are the main points of this experiment. Now this rule, that force acting, how do you determine that the force is acting on the conductor and is acting, or it is perpendicular to the magnetic field? How determine? It is totally depends on the simple rule, that is Fleming's left hand rule. Now look at the figure. You can also do it left hand. That stretch your fingers. That is your left hand finger. Stretch your left hand finger. Thumb in upward direction. Okay. Thumb in upward direction, and middle finger and index finger like that, in such way that both the fingers are perpendicular to each other. So all the fingers are perpendicular each other. Please, you can also do it. Please do it. Your fingers, the left hand fingers, stretch your left hand fingers in such way that the thumb is in upward direction. Then middle finger and index finger, these are perpendicular to each other. Okay, so thumb, this is the very simple rule that shows the direction of the electric current and the direction of the magnetic field, and found that the direction of the force exerted is perpendicular to the both. Okay, so what is it indicates? The thumb indicates the force on the conductor. The thumb indicates force on the conductor. Okay, then index finger shows the direction of the magnetic field. Okay, and your middle finger shows the direction of current. So this is the Fleming's left hand rule. Okay, so according to the Fleming's left hand rule, this is a very simple rule which indicates the three directions, and this rule is called as Fleming's left hand rule. Okay, so left hand rule. Now look at the next slide that states the Fleming's left hand rule. Look at there. There is a magnet. Here, there is a horseshoe magnet which creates the magnetic field. There is a magnetic field is there. Okay, and one rod is there, that is the conductor. Okay, and stretch your left hand, stretch your fingers of the left hand in such way that the thumb is in upward direction and all the fingers are perpendicular to each other. Okay, so middle finger, index finger are stretched so as to be perpendicular to each other. If the index finger is in the direction of the magnetic field, center finger means what? That is your middle finger. Okay, and forefinger means what? That is your index finger. So forefinger means index finger. It shows the direction of the magnetic field. Okay, and middle finger, it shows the direction of the current. Okay, and your thumb, it shows the direction of the force which is acting, which is exert on the conductor. Okay, so this is the Fleming's left hand rule. Okay, now Fleming's left hand rule is there. Now how do you determine the direction of the force on the wire? Okay, how to verify? So you know though that the energy according to law of conservation of energy, energy can neither be created and nor be destroyed, right? It can be converted into one form to another form. Okay, you know that it can be converted into one form to another form. Yesterday means last year in 9th standard, you already learned in the chapter that is work and energy. Okay. So according to law of conservation of energy, energy neither be created nor be destroyed, and various forms of energy are available in the universe. It may be mechanical energy, it may be heat energy, it may be electrical energy, light energy, chemical energy, sound energy. Okay. Now this energy which can be changed into another form, and this Fleming's left hand rule is apply on this energy, means it converts the energy by applying the force on the conductor. Let us start our next topic, that is electric motor. Okay, so how it works, what is the principle of electric motor? Okay, so how it works in day-to-day life, in our day-to-day life, you can use the different appliances, you use the various electrical appliances in your day-to-day life, like fan, refrigerator, then washing machine. Okay, again the computers. So various appliances are used, but how it works, that working of that electric appliances is totally depend on the rule, that is Fleming's left hand rule. Okay, so let us start the principle and working of electric motor. So electric motor is nothing but a device which converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. Okay, look at the figure here. This is the model of electrical motor or electric motor. Okay, now first is what? Electric motor is nothing but a device which converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. Okay, now what is the principle of this motor? Principle is what? The electric motor works on the principle that the current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field experiences a force. Okay, when a motor works on principle that it experiences force when the current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, it experiences a force. Okay, when the rectangular coil is placed in magnetic field, here you can see, look at that figure. There is a rectangular coil between the two magnets, right? When the magnetic field is there, it produces and the current is passed through it. A force acts on a coil which rotates it continuously. So principle, write down the principle that electric motor works on the principle that the current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field experiences a force. Okay, now how it works? How it works, the working of the electric motor. Now look at the diagram. Okay, here two magnets are there, that is your horseshoe magnet. Okay, Inside the magnet, there is a rectangular shape of coil that is denoted by A, B, C, D. This is your rectangular coil. Okay. Now next is what? There is a split ring which is connected with the axle. Okay. Here is a split ring that is connected with the axle. So first, it is consist of rectangular loop of copper wire, which is insulated wire. Okay. Now, it is placed between the north pole and south pole of the magnet. And this magnet is a horseshoe magnet. Okay. The branches are there, that is A, B, C, D. Okay. And here, the branches AB and CD are perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. These two poles, that is north and south pole, exerts the magnetic field. They create the magnetic field. And these arms, that is AB and CD, these arms are perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. The two ends of the loop are connected to the XY. Here is the R1 and R2, right? Here it is R1 and R2. But the diagram shows that, now look at the next diagram, I will show it. You can see it very clearly. Now look at here, there is a split ring, okay? In split ring, it is having the two holes. Look at the ring, that rectangular shape of coil is connected with the ring that is denoted by the two holes, that is X and Y. Split ring is there, this ring is a split ring, okay? And split ring is there, it consists of two holes, that is X and Y. The two holes of the ring have resistive coating, okay? These two holes having resistive coating. And these two holes are attached to the axle. These two holes attached to the axle. Okay. And these holes are connected with the carbon brushes. Okay. So here there are the carbon brushes. The coil attached with the bluish color rectangular small box is there. That is nothing but the carbon brushes. Okay. When the circuit is completed, the current flows in a branch AB of the loop from A to B through the carbon brushes C and D. Okay. So when this is the circuit, the circuit is completed and current flows the current flows through the coil, and the when the direction of the flow, that the direction of the magnetic field is from north to south pole, and this is according to the Fleming's left-hand rule. Remember that. A force is exerted on the branch AB. Now, here the north and south pole, here is it exerts the magnetic field, and this magnetic field exerts the force on the branch AB and pushes down and pushes it down, and the current in the CD branch is in opposite direction to that of the AB branch, and therefore the force is exerted on branch CD in upward direction. So there is the direction of the loop is anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise direction is there, and there is a half rotation. Okay. After the half rotation, the two holes of the split ring, that split ring having two holes, that is X and Y, it comes in contact with the carbon brushes, and again the current start flowing in a direction of DCBA. And therefore the force is exerted on the DC. Again, DC is pushes the magnetic field, exert the force and the CD or DC, the magnetic force is exerted on the branch, that is DC, and it pushes it to downward direction. Okay, and on the branch BA is in upward direction, and the loop continues to rotate in the anti-clockwise direction. Thus, the current in the loop is reverse, and each half rotation and the loop and the axle continue to rotate in the anti-clockwise direction. First, look at this diagram. So remember that the magnet that is north and south pole, that exert the magnetic field, and it creates the force when the current flows through the coil. The magnetic force is exerted according to Fleming's left-hand rule. Okay, and the force is exerted on the branch, that is rectangular loop is there. It is having two branches, AB and CD. Force is exerted on that branch, and one side of the branch it pushes downward direction, and other side of the branch, that is south pole is there, it exerts the force on that branch and it pushes that branch towards the upward direction, and rotation is start, and that rotation is anti-clockwise. Okay, so rotation, the direction of the loop is clockwise. Please mute your mic. That rotation is anti-clockwise, and remember that rotation is anti-clockwise, and the current in the loop is reverse after each half rotation, and the loop and the axle continues to rotate in the anti-clockwise direction. So please take out your notebook and note down the functions of strong magnet. What is the function of magnet? What is the function of armature, that coil? What is the function of split ring, carbon brush, and battery? So note down these points in your notebook. First is a coil. Write down first point, that is coil. Okay, note down first is coil, that is your copper coil. Write down there a large number of turns of insulated copper wire. A large number of turns of insulated copper wire coiled on a iron core. Hello. A large number of turns of insulated copper wire. Okay. And this is in rectangular shape. So coil is having large number of insulated copper wire. Okay. Now strong magnet. What is the function of strong magnet? It provides strong magnetic field. Write down what is the function of strong magnet. It provides strong magnetic field. Okay. Now what is the function of split rings? What is the function of split rings? Write down there. Rings, what is the function? It reverses the direction of current in the coil. It reverses the direction of the current in the coil. Okay. Have you written the function of split ring? Split ring function is that it reverses the direction of current in the coil. Now, what is the function of carbon brush? The carbon brushes. What is the function of carbon brushes? It is used to press the split ring. It is used to express the split ring. Okay. And what is the function of battery? Battery supplies the current to the coil. Battery supplies to the current. Battery supplies the current to the coil. Okay. So this is the principle and working of electric motor. So understood that this device which converts the electrical energy into mechanical energy. Okay, understood this. This is the important point. Electric motor, this is the device which converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. Okay, electric motor is converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. And what is the principle? Electric motor works on the principle that current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field that always experience the force. That is your force. It exerts the force. Okay. So current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field experiences force. This is your principle. Okay. And in a working, the direction of the coil is always anti-clockwise. The direction is anti-clockwise. Each and every half rotation, the direction of the loop is anti-clockwise. So this is the working of electric motor. Okay. So what we have concluded the different point in this lecture and in previous lectures. So points to be remembered that first is magnetic field is there. You know the magnet, it creates the magnetic field. Okay. So magnetic field, the area around the magnet where a magnetic force is experienced is called as magnetic field. Okay. So area around the magnet, and it creates the magnetic lines. The direction of the magnetic lines is always from North Pole to South Pole. Okay. So remember that point, the magnetic line, the direction of the magnetic lines means what? The magnetic field that represented by the magnetic lines, and the direction of the magnetic lines is always from North to South Pole. Okay. What are the properties of magnetic field lines? They do not intersect to each other. Remember. Okay. So they do not intersect with each other, and the direction of the magnetic lines, the direction of the magnetic lines of force is always from North Pole to South Pole. Okay. Magnetic field lines due to current through state conductor, it consists of series of concentric circles. So according to right hand thumb rule, it indicates in concentric circles in circular loops in circular manner. Okay, so magnetic lines are always in concentric circles. These are in circular manner. So we know the right hand thumb rule. If you stretch your thumb in upward direction, it indicates the direction of the current. And the curved fingers, that is your rap finger, that shows the direction of the magnetic field lines. Okay. Next point is, what is solenoid? Solenoid is nothing but the insulated copper wire. Okay. It is having number of turns. Number of turns are there. Number of loops are there. Okay. And this creates the magnetic field. Okay. And the strength of the magnetic field is always depends on the current. When the current is increasing, the intensity of magnetic field also increasing. Okay, and the magnetic field is inside the solenoid. The magnetic field is always parallel. Okay, so the lines, the magnetic field lines inside the solenoid, these are always parallel to each other. That means it is uniform. So uniformity there inside the magnet, these are parallel to each other. Here, what is Fleming's left hand rule? When you stretch your thumb, forefinger and middle finger, when you stretch your thumb, index finger and middle finger, it shows that all the fingers are perpendicular to each other. Forefinger indicates the direction of the magnetic field. Then center finger, that is your middle finger, indicates the direction of the current, and your thumb indicates the direction of the force on the conductor. Okay, now what you know, the electric motor, this is the device which converts the electrical energy into mechanical energy. Okay, and the principle is that when the rectangular coil is placed in magnetic field, the current is passed through it, force act on the coil which rotates it continuously. Okay, and with this rotation, the loop rotation, that is the direction of the loop, it always anti-clockwise. Okay, the direction of the loop, that loop means coil, it is always anti-clockwise. Each and every half rotation, that direction is changed, that is the direction is anti-clockwise. Okay, so all the points you have to learn this point, write it in your class notebook. Okay, so thank you so much for watching my lecture, students. If you have any doubt, please ask me.
Thank you, Kalpana Miss.
Thank you.
Thank you,
ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you,
Thank you,
students. Now we will end the lectures. Tomorrow again you come at 8 o'clock and join us. Okay. Bye.